What's good, YouTube? It's Butter and his Joe, man. Today, y'all, I'm back again. I done gave you like 3 vids today, but we gunning them. This number 4, man. Let's get it. But yeah, this is the Mbnel documentary, I guess. It's only 8 minutes. Y'all been wanting me to do this, Joe, but I was gonna wait to see if it was another one. But this all we got, so we gonna do it. But yeah though, man, if you're new to the channel, make sure you sub, like up, even if you're not new to the channel. You mean, if you've been hanging around, you might as well sub, you feel me? But with that being said, let's get into this.
Like, this shit all new to me. Like, this shit crazy. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I came from doing this shit, so it's weird. Like, they look at a nigga like a nigga famous or something. Like,
Mbnel has been putting Stockton on the map and is arguably one of the biggest artists out of Stockton right now. And what strikes me the most about Mbnel is the variety in his sound.
Know the water hit when you gotta do that after that.
And quite honestly, it's just pure talent. From a local legend at Edison High School to tours around the world, Mbnel has come a long way from his days of recording tracks like Love My Gang in his fucking garage.
Oh snap. But nah though, bro, Mbnel definitely been grinding for a minute. Cause I've been seeing music videos from like 7 years, 6 years. It could be longer than that.
And has continued to drop hit singles as well as projects that really showcase his talent when it comes to diversity in his sound. The comments have spoken this one into existence yet again, and best believe I saw each and every one. Shout out to all of my Pinoys that are tapping into the video. If you're like me, when my wife showed me Filipino breakfast, there is no other breakfast that compares now. I refuse to eat anything else on Sunday.
Bro, what are we talking about?
Don't forget to peek, get into it.
Not talking about no damn Mbnel.
Born and raised in Stockton, California, Mbnel was raised by his mother and father, who both settled in the United States coming from the Philippines. Like most Filipino households, or really Asian households in general, Mbnel's parents came to the United States so that their children could have a better opportunity, such as college and such. But the world had different plans for our boy
I ain't gonna lie. Yep, they moved. They did not know. They was moving to the trenches probably.
Opportunity, such as college and such. But the states so that their children could have a better opportunity, such as college and such. But the world had different plans for our boy Mbnel, because despite what your parents want for you, just like any other kid, you are eventually raised by your peers. And after a certain point, really the folks around you and your environment is what has the most influence on you. And when it comes to Stockton, gang culture runs really deep and it's hard to escape. When you Google most dangerous cities in California, Stockton always makes that list, and sometimes it's even over cities like Compton. That should put something into perspective.
Over Compton? That's crazy work, I'm not gonna lie. I know these past couple years that they've been rapping, the crime rate definitely went up. It had to.
Stockton, California has a violent gang-related history because if some of you guys didn't know, when the Los Angeles Police Department were cracking down on the South Central hoods, it drove a lot of the hoods up north and they resided in cities like Sacramento and Stockton. But that's not to say there are no original gangs from Stockton, California. Gang culture spreads like wildfire, and when you've got a city like Stockton, California, you've got a lot of single parent households, and these youth are always the ones that seek the most praise and respect on the street because they don't get the praise from the house because of the lack of parent figure. So if they don't get it at the house, they're gonna go seek it out in the streets. Oh, and yes, I got crucified for referring to Stockton as the Bay already. Clearly, I'm not from Northern California, so forgive me. I've already been grilled. There's a reason why Stockton is more famously known as...
So the Bay Area is like San Francisco. Is Oakland over in the Bay Area too? I don't know, bro. That's just like the Bay Area, basically like how the DMV is. That's what I'm thinking. If y'all know what that is.
Glockton. The murder rate here based on the reason why Stockton is more famously known as Glockton. The murder rate here
they call my city blank Pennsylvania.
here based on the population is staggering. According to DestinationScanner.com, in 2012, it was ranked as the 10th most dangerous city in the United States, The crime
Dang.
rate in Stockton is 71% higher than the California average and 84% higher than the national crime rate. You will find an average of 1,500 violent crimes per 100,000 residents in Stockton. The chances that you will be a victim of crime in Stockton are 1 in 19. Property crime,
Dang.
violent crime,
1 in 19. Oh, yeah, they ain't playing out there. You gonna be a Vic easy.
and vehicle theft are the leading forms of crime in Stockton. The city has a safety index of 5, meaning it is safer than only 5% of American cities. By the age of 17, Mbnel copped his first strap and had already been involved in multiple situations where he could have lost his life. And quite honestly, it's somewhat of a miracle that he's alive because our boy Mbnel survived a shooting where over 20 shots were let off, but none found their way to Mbnel. Nell can be seen in videos
God
with
bless.
blue rags and a chain that says Mud Brothers. And what the MB stands for in Mbnel is his clique Muddy Boys. But the MB also stands for Matty Boys, which was named after Matty Harrell Park, which was the spot that the Muddy Boys and associates would frequently hang out at.
Dang, so the MB just run deep with them.
I'm probably going to get grilled if I don't bring up Operation Kryptonite, but just know that I
Yeah,
am
that's
very
crazy.
aware of how funny the Department of Justice is.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. The police really be having a good time taking niggas down. They really do.
And we're not really going to get into it too much because I think it's an ongoing investigation. In April of 2017, Nell dropped his single Love My Gang, which at the time had a little buzz, garnering 20k views in the first week, and it was only up from there. Today the song sits at 2.7 million views, and to be quite honest, this wasn't his first
2017.
time releasing anything related to music. This was in fact his first official music video, however,
Whoa.
that had
I know I did not just see what I think I saw. Bro, if y'all used to play COD, if y'all used to play Warzone,
official music video.
this gun right here. Wait, hold up, y'all. I'm sorry. I gotta see it, though. I gotta see it.
This was in fact his first official music
Is that what I think it is, bro? No, that like an MP5 whole time.
video,
like
however,
MP5.
that had production behind it, and it did amazing, providing Mbnel with all the feedback he needed to make the decision
look
to
like
go
a
full
YN
throttle
right
with
there.
the music. Although a lot of his music is heavily gang related, he also has many tracks where he is truly expressing himself
Yeah, that
in
is
the
an
booth.
MP5.
And
I'm
honestly,
tripping. But
it
that
takes
still was
talent to be
OP.
able to switch it up like that and make it sound good while you do it. Tracks like Dear Janae, which is dedicated to his unborn daughter, hit especially hard, even though I don't have any kids myself.
See, that's the thing about Mbnel too, bro. I'm not gonna lie, he could diss, but he could definitely make a song without dissing. Like, he's actually an artist, and he don't just make drill music or only diss people and stuff like that. Like, he actually talented. I ain't gonna cap.
Or have any on the way. The thing about Mbnel's music is his incredible catalog of tracks and different flow and ambiance in each one. He has many different styles, and he's particularly a fan of sampled beats, which I am normally not a fan of myself from other artists, but Mbnel pulls it off smooth. Mbnel would later link up with Stupid Young for multiple collabs on some great tracks.
We gotta do another.
One might
Mbnel
ask,
Stupid
how did
Young.
these two link up with
Bro, what joint y'all want me to do next? Mbnel Stupid Young, man. Comment down below, let me know, cause I ain't doing it in a minute. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, y'all been going crazy on the Stupid Young vids. The one got 1,000 views in 2 days, bro.
when one is from Long Beach and the other living all the way out in Stockton. Stupid Young had some associates out there in Stockton already that were already very familiar with Mbnel, and that's how that partnership became a reality.
plugged
The
in.
partnership was a great move on both of their parts because they work and sound good on tracks together. If you
Okay.
take a look at the song Aquafina, Mbnel and Young are able to go back and forth bar for bar on the same track without it sounding weird or awkward.
Yeah,
The
that
transitions
joint
are
was- that joint
smooth,
was like
and it
that.
takes a certain level of chemistry for two artists to be able to pull that off. So, if you guys haven't checked out Aquafina yet, I highly suggest you guys go do so, because if you're like me and you are a fan of both Mbnel and Stupid Young, I'm pretty damn sure you will love Aquafina as a track because it really highlights and showcases how well they're able to work on a track together. And like I said before, Mbnel can be misunderstood because he has songs that are gang related, but a lot of his other music really showcases how self-aware our boy Mbnel is, because he oftentimes talks about all the things that comes with choosing this particular lifestyle, and that's where the misunderstanding takes place, because most people would just see him, see the face tats, see the gang signs, the poles in the videos, and draw a conclusion on here's just another hood rapper talking about drilling shit. But for those of you who haven't yet, I highly suggest you guys go take a deeper dive at Mbnel's catalog, because I'm sure you're in for a pleasant surprise, and I feel like there's a little bit of everything for everyone in his catalog of music. And me personally, I would love to see a Mbnel and Polo G collab. I'm not gonna say that they're similar, but I feel like they would do really good together on the track. I'm really enjoying making this new series because it's a lot easier to do research for these types of videos. I'm seeing all the comments. It's super exciting to see all of them because it's a bunch of ideas right in front of my face, and it's engaging. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, we just gonna cut it right here, man. This was a light story of Mbnel. He ain't really going into deep, but this is like 3 years ago, no Diddy. So we can't really say too much though. But yeah, I mean, it was still a good story. Gave me a little bit of background and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, y'all, if y'all enjoyed this reaction, man, make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe down below. If y'all want to see more of these or more, you know, whatever, just let me know down below. But it's butter. I'm gonna catch y'all next one. I'm out this joint, man.
Chains in these watches, boy, we real ice. Hands out the window, bam, 10 and a pair of Nikes. Bustin' balls, I'm in Cali every week with it. Brody, what I told you about.